and Self-Mastery, presented by the Deering Acting Studio.
Oh, righty then. Welcome everybody to Mornings with Matt. What's up?
I was going to say, can I just say my mom dancing was like on point.
It was off the chain, honey. And you know what? I did switch to the wide angle before the song ended, so we did get to see that dance.
Can we please just start?
Yeah, we can totally start, baby. So here's the deal, everybody. This is actually dark to light. This is take 2 of this. So there was a few people watching in the last one. We even had a couple likes, and we took it down. We decided we could do a better job.
Yeah.
And I want to talk really quick about what happened, because it's a really good principle attached to this idea of family crisis in balance.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, family balance in crisis, the other way around, family balance in crisis. So what happens when you're in crisis? You tend to get tense, and you tend to get like where you're going to panic.
I know I stop listening to the whole environment, and I get really tunnel focused on something.
Yes, exactly. So this is what happened to me this morning. So I was really focused on wanting to get the photos of the kids up on the thumbnail.
Yes,
and I'm not great with the graphics stuff. I'm learning this stuff right now. And so basically I spent like 3 hours this morning trying to get this graphic that I still don't like. It didn't use. And I should have been setting up in here, but I wasn't. So I knew that there was tech that needed to get done, and I just didn't do the tech. So what comes down to it is I was feeling a little panicky before we started the show, and I was really focused on trying to start on time, because I've started on time every time so far. And I kept telling Brian before, dude, relax. You got to relax. It's not that big of a deal. You start on time. It's more important you get everything set. Well, I didn't listen to my own advice today. And I was feeling kind of panicky, and I think it sort of rubbed off on everybody else a little bit, where you could feel it. You can feel like a particular energy in the room, and that was the energy, right, Jack?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what we did was we got ourselves in a little funk, and you know what else is Rosalyn was tired, for sure, on the first take. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And then she's like, I ruined the show. And she didn't ruin the show, but she was saying that, and she was feeling sad, Yeah. So we decided, like, how do we get out of this? And we used our advice from the last episode. And we were like, okay, well, how do you get out of being sad? What you do is you serve first. Rosie, do you want to show all the people here your drawing? So hold that up to the camera this way and show everybody what you drew.
Hold it up like in front of you.
Here,
how about I'll
put
hold
it like
so
yeah,
she can talk.
yeah. So talk to us about this drawing, Rosalyn. Go this way, Leeann, down.
Down here.
And over that way.
This way.
That way.
This way.
Yep.
Well, this
and up.
was a drawing that was...
Right, that down. Right there. Yeah, there you go. Good.
This is a drawing that was supposed to make Daddy feel better.
So you did a drawing of your whole family wearing headphones doing a Mornings with Matt show to make me feel better. How did it make me feel?
Happy.
So good. I was feeling amazing after I saw that. So I felt so good. Then we got up and we moved our bodies, right?
Yeah.
And we started moving, started dancing, started feeling different, exercising, yeah. And it changed our state. Like, we felt different and better.
Yeah.
Even Finney's in a better mood.
There's a pastor that me and Daddy like to listen to, and his name is T.D. Jakes. And there's a Bible verse that says, those who wait on the Lord will be renewed in strength. And T.D. Jakes likes to say, it doesn't mean wait on the Lord like sit around and do nothing. It means wait on the Lord like get up and serve. Do something loving for other people. And then you'll be renewed in strength.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mommy brought up a really good idea, actually a really good point that I completely agree with, which was that balance is one of these things that we don't know really exists, that it's even a good thing to shoot for. Like Finney right now, he's trying to shoot a basket onto the the podcast equipment. So that's a different type of goal.
Right.
But if you're going for family balance, like what does that mean, Leeann? In your mind, why do you think that that's something that's sort of unattainable?
I think the word implies that you can do all things well at all times, and you can't. You should be all in wherever you are.
Yeah.
So if you're on dad duty, and you do this very well, if you're on dad duty, like yesterday, Matt got into an inflatable kiddie pool and spent an hour in there with our kids, and he was making waves and he was splashing and he had goggles on even though there was only like 1.5 feet of water. Like, he was invested in this kiddie pool. And if he at the same time had been saying, well, but I also need to be, checking my emails, or I also need to be worrying about other things, you wouldn't have been all in where you were.
That's very true. That's very true.
It was so fun.
Yeah, was it fun?
Very, very.
What was your favorite part about the kiddie pool?
When you splashed the waves. When
When
you
I-
made the.
Yeah, I can cut away from you there.
Matt, can I have your jacket? I'll just throw it over.
Sure. We're gonna do a little
I'm going to nurse the baby.
a little ner, as Finny calls it. So it was when I did the waves.
Yeah, it was when you did the seaweedy storm.
You know what's cool is like I actually really wanted to do that. I wanted to do more of it, but that was something that I could have let me be sad if I wanted to make that let me be sad, because it was hurting my knee actually.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I just did it as long as I could, and I was pushing on the side of the kiddie pool, and it was pretty big waves, I thought.
Yeah.
And Rosie, you were an actual mermaid, I believe. Don't forget to sit up on your knees and put your face up there, baby.
Yeah, got to be close to the mic.
Because the people want to see a face. The people love the pretty face.
Were you a mermaid? An actual mermaid?
Well, it was just a mermaid bathing suit that I.
But I felt like, I don't know, you were really doing a good job pretending to be a mermaid, because I was thinking that you really were one.
Yeah, you convinced me to.
That's awesome.
Do you remember pretending to be a mermaid, Rosie? It was fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you saved me from the octopus,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
And you were the fish.
I was, yeah. I played the part of the fish. And Jack was fishing for different things, and you accidentally caught me. But then you didn't want to eat me. That was nice.
Yeah.
But see, Daddy wouldn't have been able to have done all that great imagination play with you guys if he was trying to do 3 things at once.
Oh, no.
Right? So
Yeah.
to bring it back to balance for a second, the title of this episode is Family Balance in Times of Crisis, right?
Right.
So what do we think that should look like, kids? And I want to hear from them and from you too, hon.
Sure. Well, my thought on it is that like we said earlier, there really isn't such a thing as a balance. So the way I look at it is counterbalance.
Yeah.
And as you guys have seen recently, I have been just crazy working, like nutso hours, because we're trying to make sure that we are able to run this business for a very long time. We've been in business for almost 15 years, and I'm trying to set us up to make sure that we can be strong for another 15 years. So that's why I'm working so hard, because there was all this crisis going on, right?
Yeah.
So I had to spend a little bit more time at work. So the counterbalance looks like this. Sometimes I have to spend more time over there, but then when I come back to the family time, I have, like Mom said, I gotta be all in. I gotta be, even if it's 5 minutes, 5 really good minutes with you guys is better than just like an hour of me lumping on the couch,
Yeah.
right? And you guys have had to see me sometimes, even recently, where I have been tired and I have been laying on the couch and I needed to like snap out of it, get my energy for the family, right?
Yeah.
And Jack, what does that look like? I feel like, Jack, you've been learning this a lot with homeschool. So we're obviously, everybody is isolation schooling right now in our homes. We happen to be a homeschool family before the COVID crisis. And I feel like, Jack, you have been figuring this out recently in our school time. The days where you really put your head down and you put your mind to the task, how quickly do you accomplish what you need to get done?
Really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah, you've been amazed at how efficient you can be when you really are focused on the one thing versus if you're saying, I want to take a Lego break now, or I want to try this or that, then we don't get school done, and school seems to go much, much longer when we keep getting interrupted. And sometimes we get interrupted because of baby, and that's okay, but I mean the things we can control, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
And Rosie, what's an example of this for you? What's a thing that you're trying to learn how to be great at right now?
I'm trying to learn how to be great at piano.
Okay. So how do you do that?
Well, remember the first time it was just learning my book, I was sort of,
Put your face up there, honey. Talk right in the microphone, sweetie.
First time learning your book, what?
First time learning my music books, I was sort of, like...
Hard for you?
Yeah, it was hard for me to learn my first thing.
So, and when you put your focus on your piano lessons that you do with Mom, do they become more fun or less fun when you give it your full focus?
More fun.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are learning, right, guys? We are learning and we're navigating all this stuff together.
Yeah, definitely.
And we can learn something. I know I've said this before, and I will preach this till the ends of the earth. I am so not perfect. I don't know what I don't know, and I want to be able to make adjustments quickly. And I think this morning was a really good example of that, of me sort of just like falling and focusing on the wrong things, and then all the best of intentions, but it's still good to take accountability, because Rosie could have been feeling bad, and it wasn't her fault. It was my fault, you know, and she didn't need to feel bad.
No, she didn't.
Right. So it's good for me to take accountability, and then to Mom's credit, she said, "Hey, let's just start over. We could just start over. No big deal."
Yeah, we should start over.
And of course, the businessman in Jack was like, "We already got views. We already got likes. Like, what are we gonna do?" But we decided to start over, so you guys don't get to see the other one. We've already deleted it, but it was rough, I think, a little bit.
Well, so Finn started screaming within 30 seconds
or
of
less.
The
yeah,
camera's rolling, and that's stressful.
it is. It's always stressful. Rosie, sit up, baby.
I can't, Finn.
Oh, Finn's knocking you down.
Kind of.
Crazy. I should probably be in a wide angle instead of the close on you guys struggling over there.
Struggle bus.
So let's do this, okay? So there was a crisis, and people like kids.
Yeah.
Some people. I'm happen to be one of the people that really like kids a lot, and I like what kids say sometimes. I like to hear what is on your heart. So, what do you think? What is a pandemic? What's a pandemic? Tell me.
It's a sickness that goes around the world, and
Yeah, very good. A sickness that goes around the world. Okay, Rosie, what do you think about the coronavirus? Tell us what you think about it.
Right up to the mic.
I think that it's really bad
Yeah, how come?
because it's a horrible sickness to get.
It is a horrible sickness. That's right.
Do you like coronavirus?
No, I hate it.
You hate it? What would you do to coronavirus?
I would punch it to 1,000 pieces.
Matter of fact, we did something like that one time, huh? When you were really mad and crying. You got to punch the beanbag and pretend it was coronavirus, remember?
pow, wang, bang.
It was amazing. It was so cool. And we've all taken our turns crying. We've decided that it's very cool, and it's okay to cry, right? It's okay to feel sad sometimes.
Totally.
We were even talking earlier about how we felt that it was a little weird that we weren't able to hug like our grandmas and grandpas and nonas and papas and aunts and uncles, and it was like a strange thing, but we are very close to being on the other side of that, we really are. Very close to being able to give those hugs again, which is really nice.
Yay.
And it feels like a long time because it's been about a month. But if you think about it, like 1 month in all of the years of your life, in all of the months of your life, it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
But it feels like forever, right?
Yeah. Especially for kids, because time feels slower when you're a kid.
Time feels slower when you're a kid? Yeah. That's a really good point. Rosie, do you feel like that way too, that time feels slower when you're a kid? So give me an example of a time when time felt
we're playing with someone.
When you're playing with someone and it goes by fast?
Yeah, because we're playing so happily.
Interesting. Rosie, what about you? What was a time when time goes by fast?
Well,
Sit up, baby.
sometimes playing in the pool.
Goes by fast?
Yeah, in our house.
Remember, you got to talk in the microphone, sweetie, or we can't hear you.
In the pool, we don't get to go in there for so long.
Yeah. So when you're in there, it feels like it's going by really fast. What about when we're on a Disneyland trip? Does that feel like it goes by fast or slow?
Slow.
Slow? Jack?
Fast.
Fast for you?
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's over already and you're like, oh, wish we could be there longer?
Yeah, totally.
How about for you, Rosie?
I actually feel the same way.
Yeah, you feel the same way. So what does that tell us about time? Are the days any different? They're still the same amount of time, right?
Yeah, but it feels it feels like it goes by quicker when you're having a lot of fun.
So, I guess that's a big lesson for us about what we think about during the day changes the way we react to time. Changes the way that we feel about time.
Yes.
Like I know when I'm with you guys and we're just sort of like laying around and, kind of blah, time goes by really slow. Actually, let's think about this. Rosie, check this out.
Yeah?
Remember this morning? Then we were doing the podcast this morning, the first one? And it felt like it was going by really slow. Because it was like, we didn't know what to say. We didn't have anything to say. You remember that? But this one feels like it's going by really fast. That's interesting.
Quick.
Going by really quick. Yeah. So what you think about determines how you feel about time. That's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
So when you think about happy things, think about positive things,
Yeah.
time seems to go by quicker because you're having much more fun.
Yes.
And when you're thinking about...
I suggest something?
Yeah, you can suggest something. Just make sure you suggest it right into the microphone.
I think it's because if you have a better attitude, it will be done quicker.
Yeah. That's a very good point, Rosalyn. And you've been having the most wonderful attitude in the entire world, the both of you, I gotta say. So, I'll give an example. Who should I give an example of first?
Me.
Go oldest to youngest.
Well, your first is always gonna be like, right?
Yeah.
Like Tasmanian devil, like you gotta be first.
Yeah.
Well, I will make the first. So, Jack, the way that you have sort of taken over just dominating the fun time with Finn has been unbelievable.
Thank you.
Like you were so active with him and you're always playing, always paying attention. You're always finding a way to keep him just like distracted and happy. And like, I don't think he even knows that we're in quarantine because of how much time you've spent with him. For real.
Thank you.
Jack is an amazing big brother. And just this morning, so I can hear Finn when he wakes up on the monitor, and he was kind of going, in his crib. And I was literally walking through the kitchen to go get him, and Jack comes out of the room with Finn in his arms. He just loves
amazing.
that baby, and he loves to help. And I just appreciate you so much for that, buddy.
Thank you.
And then Rosalyn, you have been, I can't tell you, like the most complimentary and loving young girl in the entire world. Like just yesterday, Mom and Dad were having a serious talk in the other room, and we had the door closed. And we were probably talking for like 15 minutes, and we asked for a little bit of privacy. And Rosalyn, you created a gift for me and for Mom. You wrapped it really nice. You had a little clip on there and everything. And I mean, how many times have you drawn me something? I think it's every day I come home to a nice present. As a matter of fact, the entire lobby here at the studio is covered. The wall is covered in Rosalyn's artwork because she's always drawing me these wonderful drawings with hearts on them and daddy-daughter, and it's like the most wonderful thing. It's so nice.
Yeah.
And another thing you do, Rosie, I got to say this. I got to just brag about Rosalyn for 1 second. When I come home from work, every single day, my daughter asks me to sit down. So I sit down. Then she takes off my shoes for me. She unlaces the shoes, takes off the socks, gives me a little rub on my feet. Then she goes and gets me a water. Then she goes and gets me a blanket. And then she jumps up and she snuggles me. I mean, who is the most luckiest dad in the entire world? This guy right here.
And
You.
When Rosie prays before meal times, she always thanks God for every family member individually
Absolutely.
for something very specific. You're right. She's so demonstrative with her love, and we appreciate you for adding love to our home, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about Mommy? Mommy's been on her A game, I think,
Oh,
quarantine.
yeah.
May I say something to
Yeah,
Mommy?
you may, Rosie, but just you have to say it right in the microphone so she can hear you.
I think you've been the best mom to all of us. And I just love you.
Babe, thank you. That's so sweet.
And I don't know what to say. I just love you, how you snuggle me and hold me and homeschool us and feed us healthy foods and do all you can for us. And I just wish you can do the best you can.
Rosie.
Thank you so much.
That was
honey.
so sweet, baby.
I really appreciate those kind words, babe. Thank you.
So I can tell you one of the things that we used to do a lot, and Jack reminded me that we haven't been doing this as much recently, and we really should get back to this. We had a thing, and I think it got thrown because my morning routine got changed, so we just haven't figured out the new time for this. But we would do this thing called Grateful Time, and we'd all climb up in the bed together, and we'd say what we're grateful about for each person, and then we would have Fight Club.
Oh, that's so fun.
Remember that?
I love Fight Club.
Yeah. Tell everyone about Fight Club.
So, I'll explain to you the 5 rules first before I tell you what it's about.
Yeah, see, this is very important, these rules.
Yes.
Okay,
The first rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club.
true,
The second rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club.
true.
The third rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club. Fourth rule of Fight Club, no shirt, no shoes for everybody. And fifth rule of Fight Club, you have to fight.
That's right. And then we just knock each other with pillows, jump up and down off the bed.
So fun.
So much fun, a lot of banging around. And then usually Rosie doesn't like too much of it, just a little bit, right, Rosie?
Yeah.
And then we do like nice daddy-daughter snuggle stuff.
I like it when you helicopter me.
What's it? Yeah, when I throw you and you go.
I helicopter.
Just for the viewers, I'm not being standoffish. I'm staring at a toddler, but I'm fully listening to everything. And all this is true. Fight Club, Matt makes them recite the rules before the competition. It's a lot of fun.
May I say something about Daddy?
Yes, of course.
Your turn, Raza.
Go for
ahead.
it.
I think Daddy is working so hard for us, and he's like the best dad ever for doing all he can in this house, for making this virus go away and trying his best however he can.
Yeah.
Rosie, that was so nice. Thank you.
Welcome.
Do you have anything you want to say, Jack, about Mom or Rosie or Finn or me?
This is to my whole family.
What is it?
I just think my family is the best family in the whole entire galaxy. Actually, universe.
Ooh, nice.
And Dad, I love you that you're working so hard and you take me here sometimes.
Yeah, I love you coming to the studio. It's been a big blessing for me.
And that you go in the pool with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Mommy. Wait, I'll skip her because she is going to get Finn. Rosie, I love you.
Here, let me hold him. I'll hold him for a sec. Come here, brother boy.
I give him something to shake.
Rosie, I love you because you're so playful and you play with me. Thank you for being my little sister. And Mom, thank you for everything you have gone on. Thank you for cooking for me, and thank you for playing with me, and thank you for doing all you do. Thank you. And last but not least, thank you, Finn, for being Finn. And thank you for letting me play with you.
That was so sweet, buddy. Thank you.
All right, it's my turn to speak on the microphone for just one. Okay, never mind. I'm done.
Woohoo! Great speech. Yeah.
What's that?
Just say something to Jack.
Sure.
I think that Jack is the kindest brother on earth. And wait, just 1 second. He's even more than that. He is infinity times infinity, 100. The most best brother I could ever play with. And he's just the best. He builds fort with me eventually one time or another, and yeah, he's just the best brother ever.
Wow. Now, this was a great, great Mornings with Matt show, and we wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what we do in our family. You know, it's not perfect. We struggle just like everybody else. We get through our fights. We get through our everything we got going on.
Yeah.
The one thing we try to do in our family, though, is we try to admit to it right away. We try to say sorry right away. We try to forgive right away and move forward right away. And that has been a big, big help with getting through any kind of crisis, not just this one, but any crisis that our family has experienced. It's been a really, really big deal. So we recommend to you guys, if you're out there, take time just to sit, figure out what you're grateful for, say it out loud.
Yeah, definitely.
If things are making you sad, say those things out loud too, and talk to each other. It's really, really important, especially you kids out there. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel real feelings and let your mom and dad and your friends know that it is sad that you miss each other. That's okay. And then you focus on the good. You move your body. You find a way to serve, and next thing you know, you just feel better.
You feel way better.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Mornings with Matt. This has been take two. Correct. Of Mornings with Matt, and we would sure appreciate it if you would like, share our page, and subscribe. If you could take the time to hit that little subscribe button, that means the world to us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, Jack? The subscribe button?
Yes, the subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribe is very...
Ready?
The subscribe button.
Yeah! No, they don't do it after that. I mean, come on, people.
Thanks for listening to Mornings with Matt. Please like, subscribe, and follow us at Deering Acting Studio to keep up with the latest content. For more information on classes, private lessons, or professional development coaching, visit www.deeringstudio.com. Have a Deering day, everyone.